All right, here we are. We are going live. Okay, I think it's going to be a little dark. It's just not very bright in here. But I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Hey, look, it's my couch. It is. It's my couch. Anybody there yet?
Pulling it up.
Okay. Hey, if you're there, hello. We're just now getting everything going. We'll be with you shortly. Particularly me. I'm only 5'3". Okay, you getting that pulled up?
Trying to.
It'll work. It has a delay, don't forget. So give it a minute. Hi, humans. If you're there, hello. Be sure to say something. Let us know if you're here. Say hi, like, make a little comment. We'll be getting started in just a second. Coming up?
Nope.
Hmm?
No, it's not.
What is the problem?
My computer's doing nothing.
Oh no, Mike's computer's doing nothing. Well, you can use your phone if that doesn't work. You know, it's fine. I just thought it'd be easier to have it on the TV so that you could see better. Whoa,
Finally responded.
it finally worked. It doesn't help that it's windy out. I don't know if anybody's there, but we'll find out in a second. But if you're there, hi! Hello, I'm Crazy Nikki. I have car stereos at low, low prices. Wait, no, I don't. I have no car stereos here. Do you have any car stereos at low, low prices?
No.
I do have some 30-second mysteries, which we might do a couple of tonight. Who knows?
It's finally coming in.
Oh, good. Are you just having a signal problem?
It's blurry.
Ooh. Yeah, but how does it look as far as being centered?
Pumpkin Latte 1993 says, so happy to be here. Hey.
Hi there. Ooh, pumpkin latte. That sounds great.
And
I'm glad that you're here.
Carrie Ryu joined. Kathy Rato 163 joined.
Hi. Welcome to our live tonight. We're going to talk about how not to destroy your significant other. Well, we're going to talk about what we want to.
Tricks and Simple.
Come on in.
That's where she
We've got
gets-
some snacks. We got some 30-second mysteries if we want to play with those. We've got Trixie. Trixie is the reason we haven't killed each other. No. Are you showing up okay in there?
Yeah.
I did a good job with the camera. The blind lady did a good job with the camera. Nice. So for those of you who don't know, this is my husband, Mike.
Hello.
Mike and I have been together for a little over 23 years now. And so far, neither of us has destroyed the other one.
Kathy 777C joined.
Hi, Kathy. How you doing? Welcome. If you guys are here, be sure to say something. Let us know. Like. If you're not following, follow. We have a lot of fun around here. We do crazy stuff like game nights and all kinds of things.
We had a few join,
Yeah, hi.
but it only shows me the most recent.
Okay, I understand that. Well, if you're welcome again, you are welcome. If you're here, say hi. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to follow. All right, so we wanted to talk a little bit tonight, since we've been together for quite a while. We actually haven't been married for 23 years. We've been together for a little over 23 years. We've been married, well, in September, it'll be 15 years. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That really doesn't seem like very long ago.
No.
But my girls at the time were 10 and 12 years old when we got married, and now they're grown, and we have a grandbaby who also keeps us from destroying each other because she's like our reason for existing. But yeah, I made some notes of stuff we might all want to talk about tonight. If you have questions for us or any kind of comment you want to make or any kind of helpful advice you have for things like relationships or daily life, anything at all, be sure to let us know. Mike is on moderator duty as well tonight. I am legally blind, so I can't see anything that's going on. I can't even see the camera from here. I can barely see you. Yeah, I can't. I'm that blind. I can't see the details of his face from here.
Sarah, this is hi, and then Pumpkin Latte sent 6 roses.
Thank you for the roses. Thank you so much. So I thought we might start off just talking a little bit about how we met. And we are pro wrestling fans. And both of us have been pro wrestling fans for a long time, since childhood. But he's quite a bit younger than I am. Aren't you, dear?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'll always be older. But yeah, he is 5.5 years younger than me. But we met online back in like the very late 90s through a pro wrestling fan group for a specific wrestler. It was for Sting, the wrestler Sting. Yep. And a lot of that's the thing that kind of drew us together, and we got to talking, and eventually we met in person, and we, he was in New Jersey, I was in Missouri. He moved out here. He was looking for a new direction in life. I ended up being that direction, which is kind of cool. I like that.
Go west.
Go west. Go west, young man. Well, you at least managed to get to a place that had a lower cost of living.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. But yeah, but we've been together for quite a while now, and it is a weird. Yeah, we met online. Good relationships can happen from meeting somebody online, but you got to be safe about things. You got to do things the right way. But dude, seriously, one of my very best friends met her husband online, and they've been together almost as long as we have. Tara and Jason. She is my absolute best friend. We never get to see each other anymore because she lives so far away. My mother met her current husband online a few years after my stepfather passed away. I mean, there are just so many. I met my best friend online, both of my best friends online. And so I love the fact that we, even as Gen Xers, come from a generation where we had that whole new frontier of the internet open to us, where we could find the person or people that were right for us, and that's how things got started. So if any of you guys are in a relationship or in a, or not, or whatever, but if you are, let us know how it is you met your significant other or insignificant other. Probably shouldn't call them insignificant other. Yes. Any new comments, dear?
Yeah, Pumpkin says, I met my best friend online. She's over in England, and I'm glad I met her.
Oh, that's awesome. I remember, I want to say it was 1995, the first time I ever logged on to America Online back then. It was the cool thing. It was so cool. And I went into, because I'd heard about him, a chat room, and I was talking to people from all over the world that had never been available to me or anybody else, before that time period. Everything was local, and if you wanted a friend somewhere else in the world, you had to find a pen pal and write letters and send them via snail mail.
You've got mail.
You've got mail. You've got mail. Yes. Oh God, AOL. But those were good days. I met a few good friends on America Online. I did. And as soon as, the trend of AOL was over, and I figured out web browsers and how to, then we had message boards and chat rooms, like Java-based chat rooms online. Way before social media, we kind of created our own social media. And that was the era, that late 90s era when we met. Yeah, and I also met him, I actually technically met Tara first, and you knew Tara because you both wrote for a professional wrestling website. And Tara introduced the two of us. Yeah.
Pumpkin was born in 93, remembers AOL. Her email is still through AOL now.
Oh, my mom's is too. My mom still uses AOL Mail. I don't even remember what my AOL username was anymore. I don't remember. And that just could be, I may have blocked it, I don't know. So, any other comments going on?
Right.
Got any more people?
Yeah, a lot of people joined.
Guys, if you're here, we want to talk to you. Say hi, ask us questions. As long as we don't get too vulgar, most things are not off limits. Just be respectful, that's all I ask. Because if you're not, you can go away. So, I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we've now, granted, this is our relationship. What?
Same commenter. I hated the sound of dial-up, that horrible screech.
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, that's nostalgic.
No, I wanted to throw things at people and threw, oh, Trixie, careful. You might want to. She almost got squished. But yeah, oh, God, that noise. Oh, the dial-up. And we didn't get Roadrunner till, what, 2004, 2003?
Something like that.
It was the early 2000s, but we spent a lot of years on dial-up. Going, oh, look, 3 hours later, I downloaded one photo. Or portion of one.
Comment from Connolly. Pettymore, do you speak to the dead spirits?
Yes, I do. I am not currently. I don't like my mediumship gift. Dead people don't shut up, so I block it frequently. And I'm in one of those places right now since my dad died just over a week ago. I'm not talking to any spirits. I have got it all shut off and walled off because I am not in a good place when it comes to that mentally. And my father and I had a very complicated relationship. So I've got to get through my processing and find some closure before I can open myself up to all of that again. But I do not actually do that for other people as part of my psychic practice. And I'm currently not taking any clients at this point in time. I will be working the fair circuit again, probably come July. But I usually don't take private clients. I go and I read at fairs. I do tarot parties. I do things like that. But we're here today to talk about relationships.
Because everyone in your home knew you were going online and nobody could use the phone.
God, yes, that's so true. We had 2 phone lines.
Yeah.
We ended up with 2 phone lines, so one phone line for people being online and the other phone line for a phone line.
And then, like I said in my video earlier, I'm here for you and understand what you're going through.
Thank you.
Conley says, are you the ones that chase ghosts? No, we don't
No.
do that.
I wouldn't make it to the end of the driveway before dropping dead of a heart attack, so probably you too.
And
I think but we might stalk quietly, slowly after the ghosts. That's a possibility. I do, however, do house cleansings and consecrations, and I am damn good at it. Just thought I'd add that.
And Conley says, my best friend just died from cancer.
I am so sorry, Connolly. My heart hurts for you. My heart hurts for you. We've lost so many people over the past couple of years, and that's part of the reason I blocked everything out. We've lost both of our grandmothers, both to COVID. I almost died of COVID. My mom almost died of COVID. I lost 2 cousins now, just in the past couple of years. Lost a good friend who unalived herself a couple of weeks ago. Lost my father last week. This has been a batshit crazy couple of years. And we all knew it was coming because we're in this time of massive upheaval, where we as a species are evolving into new levels. We all knew this craziness, this chaos, had to reach a peak, and it's reaching its peak.
Conley says, I want to tell him goodbye. Pumpkin,
He knows.
do you help people who find out if someone crossed over?
Can you repeat that last one?
Pumpkin asked if you help people to find out if someone crossed over.
I have done that before, yes. But I also help people who are crossing over to cross over. I do sometimes help facilitate, meaning their spirit, not physically cross over. I mean, for example, I held my stepfather's hand in his hospital room as he transitioned and helped to guide him into that light. Because this is a really difficult thing to explain. I have an actual conscious memory of between lives requesting to have less physical sight so that I could have greater spiritual sight. And part of that, being able to kind of straddle that line with my senses between life and death and help those who are crossed over or crossing over find peace, find their way to that light, to that next level. And it's a painful yet precious gift to be able. I've been here when people have come into the world, and I've been here when they left. Been with them and able to hold their hand in that moment, and it doesn't make it any less sad. You don't grieve any less, when you have that experience. But I had a closure with my stepfather and with my grandfather that I didn't get to have with my dad. And that's part of what's confusing me right now. Yeah. Wow, I didn't know we were going to end up on this topic. But maybe it's meant to be.
Yeah, Pumpkin says, I worry sometimes my mom didn't go because she was so stubborn and easily confused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but one of the things I've noticed about people when they're in process of getting ready to transition is they won't go until they think that everyone around them is going to be okay in some way without them. It happens a lot that they're like, no, you guys can't function without me. Or I don't want you to function without me. That's another one. I get that a lot too. And a lot of times it really is true. They got to have their person, their caregiver, or their loved one say, it's okay to let go. I'm going to be all right. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to find a way to be okay. And our life is going to go on, and you don't need to suffer anymore. It's, I guess the universe is trying to give me a message. And I need to quit being so stubborn and start listening. Here I had what I thought was this cool idea. I do still want to talk about it, though. I do want to talk it because we are so good together. And I want to talk about why that is. Because I think we're good together anyway. And I think you think that too. Or you wouldn't still be with me. Because it takes a hell of a lot of patience to deal with my special brand of crazy. Because it's up there. I mean, it's not like stab you with a fork to death kind of crazy, but I got my issues. But one of the things that I think works for us is we're so freaking different from each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, here's my energy. And Mike is the freaking Rock of Gibraltar. The rock that you're not always sure if it's taking a nap or not.
Pumpkin says, you really are so good together. I love your energy together.
Thank you. We do too. Thank you so much. Here's some interesting things for those people who are into things like astrology, and I am a natal astrologer. Our sun signs are opposite each other. He's an Aries sun, and I'm a Libra sun. And a lot of times, not saying always, but a lot of times that is a really good thing for a relationship because the core part of your personality is your sun sign. And when you have opposite sun signs, you create a sense of balance. Hello, balance, says the Libra. You create a bit of sense of balance. So where one of you has weaknesses, the other person can balance that out with their strengths. And because, nobody's perfect, right? We all need to find a little sense of balance in our lives. And you do balance me out really well. So you also keep me from toppling over the edge. You're like, nope. Sometimes literally.
Yeah.
Nope, Nikki's going to fall over. Or float away. Air sign. And I'm not just a Libra. I'm a quadruple Libra with a Jupiter in Aquarius. That's 5 air signs in one chart. That's way too much air for anybody. I wear shoes to keep my feet on the ground. Totally. But yet you are this amazingly, for an Aries, you've got a lot of balance with a lot of earth and water in your chart. And that's part of what keeps you grounded. You've got an ascendant in Taurus, and it's just boom. Patience, steadfastness, and the only thing we truly have big time in common is we're stubborn as hell. I'm loudly stubborn. I'm like, no, we're gonna do it my way. And he's just the silent, whatever you say, but eventually I will put it back where I want it.
Pumpkin says, I noticed your auras complement each other.
Thank you so much. Another person who can see auras. Yay! I love it. I have a question for Pumpkin. Have you seen auras your entire life? I have seen them my whole life, and my oldest daughter does as well. And when I was little, I just thought that's how people saw things, that they could see the colors moving around people, animals, even objects. Any more?
No, it looks like Pumpkin's the only one here.
Oh, come on, people, you want to talk to
As
us?
far as I can tell.
Okay. Bring more people. We want more people. We love Pumpkin. We love you, Pumpkin Latte. So I want to talk about. Hi.
Since I was a toddler, my mom thought I was insane until a gypsy explained it to her.
Thank God for the gypsies. They know their shit.
And love you too.
There are a lot of cultures that have mysticism in their traditions, and they know their shit. Now, everybody has different explanations and different understanding of how things work, because for each culture, they kind of explained things as it made sense in their environment and the way they lived in their world and the way they interacted with their world and their afterlife. But yeah, wow, my mother and father and other family members. I grew up Baptist, and when I was little, it was just, oh, you have such an overactive imagination. You're just so imaginative. You and your imaginary friends. My friends were not imaginary, and so I quit talking about it. But thankfully, unlike a lot of people who suppress their gifts over time because they are naysayed by their adult family members, I kept working on mine kind of quietly in private. I knew what I was seeing and experiencing was real. And so after a while, it went from, growing up Baptist, it went from, oh, you're imaginative, to, I think maybe you're demon possessed. Had that a couple of times. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Typical Generation X response. Whatever. But I made sure to raise my daughters to not doubt their gifts. Yes, sometimes there is an overactive imagination every now and then. That does happen. But when they're small, listen to them. Let them tell you what they see. Let them tell you what they hear. Let them tell you what they feel. Encourage them to interact with nature and with the, quote, supernatural, which isn't supernatural. It's just extra natural. Encourage them to be open and honest and not afraid, but also teach them to set boundaries even in like the aether and the astral. And so my girls got to grow up in an environment that was encouraging of their intuitive gifts and encouraging of their exploration of those gifts. They also grew up in a household where different religions are explored, different spiritual paths, and where we seek out wisdom in the world around us, but in also different cultures, different practices, and see how other people learn and express their spirituality. And then find your own path. Find what works for you. And that's another thing about our relationship, is we have kind of different yet not different spiritual ideologies. You used to call yourself a Gnostic agnostic. I think you've gone more towards the atheism thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I am very much, well, I'm pagan, but as far as spirituality goes, I'm more the great all, and where's our place in it?
Pumpkin It said I was suspended when I was 6 for telling a teacher her mom was sitting next to her. So I started. So I assume there's more to that comment.
They suspended you at 6 years old for something like that? Okay, let me at him. No, no, I'm breaking out the curse bags now. Because that ain't right.
A little kid.
6 years old. I mean, it's one thing to tell a kid, oh, you're so imaginative. It's another thing to punish them. Oh. That is not okay. I would like to hear more of that story. So let's see. What do you think are some of the things that work for us, that help us together? That, you know, I think I'll go first. I always go first. I'll go first. I think one of the things that really works for us is we're not together constantly.
Yep.
We do things separately from. I mean,
we have our own things that we do.
Yeah, because you're very into your Magic the Gathering, and I love a good game of Magic. I like playing online, but that's not my thing. That's your thing, you know.
Yep. Pumpkin says they said I was a danger to the teacher's mental health.
Whoa. So what they did wasn't a danger to your mental health? Oh, okay, I gotta breathe. I'm breathing. Holy crap on a cracker. If somebody had done that to Jessica or Emily, well, I wouldn't want to think of where they'd be right now. Or at least what would be happening to them. I mean, let's see. There is that security guard that still has the perpetual yeast infection. I am not all love and light. And I will never be all love and light. I am a firm believer in balance. And sometimes you have to bring the dark side of the force into the universe. And because sometimes it's necessary to create balance. Balance above all else. Ooh, that just, what? What are you giggling?
Crazy school.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's beyond crazy. That's just, what? Okay, now I can see having a conversation with somebody and saying, okay, I understand that that's what you saw and what you need, but some things we can't say out loud because that might cause somebody pain or grief or, you know.
Pumpkins, it's okay because my mom sent me to a private school that valued the universe, guided me to safety.
Good job, Mom.
And Bethany is here and says, hey, yo.
Hey, yo, Bethany. We're talking a little bit about relationships, Bethany, but mostly we've been talking about spiritual type issues and talking about psychic gifts and mediumship and things like that. That's kind of been where this has been ended up going so far this evening. And Bethany definitely is interested in those topics. And Bethany is my cousin. And I'm so glad you're here with us, Bethany.
100% need to be here, she said.
Totally. But yeah, we're...
and then yeet ye.
Yeet. The universe brought you here, kiddo. The universe brought you here. Wow. It's interesting how these things end up going. You know, you plan... I even have notes. I have a list. I make lists of things that I kind of wanted to touch on this evening. But we're going in a totally different direction, and I am totally okay with that. Because another thing I've been thinking about doing lately is a series of TikToks delving into some of the deeper mysteries. For example, and we've talked a lot about death. I love to talk about the deeper mysteries of death, but also rebirth. Now, I'm not saying that anybody else has to believe in this, but I am a person who believes in reincarnation. And the main reason I believe in that is because it's logical. When I look at the nature of the universe, I see that it's cyclical in nature. I see the cycle of a day, the cycle of a year, the water cycle, the carbon cycle, a woman's menstrual cycle, the way our bodies work, circulation, literally circulation. Also your digestive cycle, your circadian rhythms like your sleep cycle. I look at the way all of the planets revolve around the sun, but it has its own cycle, and galaxies have everything is cyclical in nature. And why would life be the only thing to not renew itself? And that is something that's just one of the deeper mysteries I wanted to touch on.
Bethany says, me too. And Pumpkin says, the crystal ball behind you is so beautiful, I love it.
Thank you. It is obsidian, and it was a Christmas present, well, technically a Yule present, because I think she sent that from Mike's mom years ago. When was that, like 2010 maybe?
Somewhere around there.
Oh my gosh. And it's really heavy. Like, I think it probably weighs 25 pounds. But it is beautiful. It's pure obsidian. And obsidian is really great for taking any kind of negative energy that is in a space, kind of sucks it up, it transmutes it into positive energy, and then releases it back into the space and into the universe. And that used to be over by the door, but I don't have a table over there right now. I just have a cat tree. And it's excellent. For anybody who walks in this house, it's like, I'll take that negativity and just suck it right away for you. Shake it up a little. There you go. Have some positive energy. Cotton candy. There you go. I don't know why I think of cotton candies, but there you go.
Pumpkin says, I dropped one on my foot one time, so I know they are heavy.
Damn.
And Bethany says, reincarnation is so real. Like, for real, I have memories that aren't mine.
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary. TBH.
I understand that's scary. I've had memories like that like parallel lives / past lives. We also have to think about how one of the other deeper mysteries, how we look at time, and the fact that we perceive time as linear, but it isn't. And there's a really cool movie that was a very popular movie a few years back that deals with that entire concept amazingly well, and it's called Arrival. Watch that movie. Oh my God. It's about a lot of other things too, but that concept in particular is deeply explored in that movie. There's a lot of spiritual truth with a capital T in that flick. We enjoyed that flick too. It was good.
It was good. Bethany says, I don't believe in time. It's something made up by someone with severe OCD.
Well, time does exist, but just not the way we perceive it. It is another dimension of reality, but it just is not a line that you pass through, that passes. That's not how time works. That's just how we experience it in our human condition.
And Bethany, you've seen the movie. It's good, but she's going to watch it again.
Watch it with new eyes, Bethany. Watch it with new eyes. It's deep as the deepest parts of the ocean, man. It's just a good flick, too. I really enjoyed that flick. I had to sit with it for a while. That's one of those movies that you have to sit and really go through in your mind what you saw, what you experienced, what you heard, what was discussed. But I give it 27 thumbs up. 1, 2, 3.
And she says, yes, ma'am.
And I think I'll change that phrase. Watch it with metaphysical eyes. So eyes that see beyond the physical. Metaphysical eyes. I often tell people to listen to music with their metaphysical ears and hear the true meaning behind just the lyrics. Hear what's hidden in the chord progressions, the structure of the music, and that maybe that's just me as a musician talking. But those are some fun, deep, freaking spiritual, metaphysical mysteries to get into. That's going to be a fun series. That is. And you know what has brought me to that thought of reincarnation is springtime. And I love it. Every year we get new growth and new flowers. I love the new flowers in my yard, and we have perennials. We have like tulips. Well, in March we get like daffodils and hyacinth. And then from March to April, we get in our yard, we get these grape hyacinths and violets. Then in April, we get tulips. In May, we get irises, peonies, and whatever those funky purple things are.
Yeah.
I think they're like wild turnips or something. But every year, no, I know those are not the exact same flowers that were there last year, but they are the essence of those flowers. They are the legacy, that is left behind from the flowers the year before. They are that life renewing itself. And that stimulates those thought processes in my mind, and that hope of renewal.
Tori says, hello, just arrived.
Tori, I love you. We're talking about we're talking less about relationships and more about some really interesting, deep, metaphysical ideas. Like reincarnation, like the fact that, and I'm going to say it's a fact because it is, that time is not linear, it's just how we perceive it.
It's windy.
Ooh, it's getting windy. Woo! You might want to put your chair in front of that. Like we're talking about reincarnation, we're talking about different psychic gifts, including like mediumship and seeing auras, which is linked to something called synesthesia. There's a book about synesthesia called Monday is a Blue Day. So raise your hand if you, like me, for example, can see the color of sounds, can sometimes smell words. I can tell you what different types of headaches look like. I can tell you, Monday actually is a blue day. I can tell you what the sound of an emotion is, what it sounds like, and it's not a conceptual hearing. I can hear it, and that's called synesthesia. When your senses and there are many theories as to why synesthesia exists. Some people say it's a crossing of neural pathways that's kind of not in the norm. It would make sense for somebody like me to have
On the altar.
Oh yes.
Tori says lavender is a treat to grow, and he said definitely.
I love me some lavender. Yeah, I did a little video about the lavender essential oil. By the way, totally healed finger by the next day. The burn is completely gone. Yeah, I burnt myself, and I don't know if you guys have seen that video or not, on a 450 degree baking sheet that I was taking out of the oven and accidentally touched it with my middle finger. Went and grabbed some lavender essential oil, rubbed it in really good. By the next day, you have no idea there was even a burn there. There was no pink, no nothing. I do have a cut that's healing that I got somewhere else, and I don't even know where I got that. Raise your hand if you injure yourself without knowing it. Raise your hand if you're old enough now that you injured yourself sleeping. You do that now.
Sometimes.
Now that you're past 40.
I got a cut this morning, and I don't know exactly how.
Well, we kind of know what you were doing when you got it, at least.
Yeah, but I don't know what did it specifically.
So, seriously, guys, ask questions. I still really would like to talk about relationships because I think so often we sabotage ourself in our relationships, not just our significant others. I know this is called How Not to Destroy Your Significant Other. I will say rule number 1 is don't be an asshat. Do you think that's a good rule number 1?
That's always a good rule.
Well, in general, just don't be a dick. That's the number 1 way to not destroy your significant other. Also, don't destroy yourself.
Yeah.
Because now, yes, I know there are narcissistic people out there. I know there are sociopaths out there. I know there's some nasty people out there. But in general, most people aren't with somebody because they don't like them. You know what I'm saying? Now, we can get into the whole delve into the messed up power struggles that are in those kinds of
relationships. Says her dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I won't go there. I know your dad too well. Yeah. But in general, when you are with a person, you're with them, and I'm talking about significant other relationships. you're with them out of choice. 9 times out of 10, you have chosen to be with that person. That doesn't mean it's going to last forever. What?
Pumpkin has sent you 5 wishing bottles.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate that so much. Thank you for the gifts. Hey guys, make sure you like and share. Like and share, and so we can get more people on here. Like and share, like and share, like and share. And if you haven't followed, guys, make sure you follow. If you are just joining us, please say hi. Please let us know you're here. I am blind and cannot see the phone or the cameras. He is doing his best to moderate. He's doing a good job too. So don't be a dick. There's that. Don't destroy yourself.
Yeah.
Because I think it hurts it hurts your significant other when you down yourself. That's how I feel anyway, Mm-hmm. Like, I know there have been times you've been down on yourself, and I'm like, but I love you. I think you're really awesome and you're worthy of love. So like when you are down on yourself, what your significant other sometimes hears is, wow, but I think you're worthy. So is my opinion of you, does it not matter? The fact that I think you're lovable and worthy and beautiful and amazing, are you saying that my thinking of you doesn't matter to you? Think about that. Because it is a thought process that sometimes, in those types of moments. So don't destroy yourself. And I don't mean just literally. I mean, don't put yourself down if you can help it. Don't, and like, if you get a compliment, that's a sincere compliment. I get them a lot. Say thank you. If your significant other tells you you're beautiful, you look nice today, you look beautiful today. And maybe you don't agree with it. That's not the point of that. The point is, they thought highly enough of you to give you that compliment.
And don't try to play it down.
Yes. Thank you for speaking up on that. Mike is surprisingly talkative for Mike this evening. I'm proud of you.
Bethany says, I try so hard.
I know, sweetheart. I know you do. And God, honey, you are gorgeous and talented and just amazing, and you have this bright potential and this whole life ahead of you. Don't ever forget how young you are, because you are seriously young. You have this lifetime ahead of you. The world, when you are in your early 20s, is still infinite possibility. And you get to mold and shape that. You have that power. And I personally think you've chosen a pretty cool dude. I know your dude. I don't know him extremely well, but I know him, and he's a cool dude.
She says, I agree, and thank you.
You are welcome, sweetie. I think you're pretty awesome too, by the way. Or I wouldn't be with you.
Yes.
I want to talk about love languages. Okay, I got to talk about love languages because this was really on my mind. I see a lot of people on TikTok talk about love languages, and they don't get it. They talk about love languages like this. Well, my love language is this, so you need to learn to use my love language. That is not what the concept of love languages is for. Love languages, if anybody doesn't know about it, the original theory of love languages were put into a book, and I think it came out in the 90s. And there were like 5 different love languages. I'm going to try to get these right. Acts of service, words of affirmation, I think is another one. Gift giving, there's 2 more. Quality time and physical affection. I got them! Okay, nobody is all one love language. Most people express that in all of the love languages, but some more often than others. Learning about love languages is not so other people can learn how to make you happy using your love language. Here is a good example. Now, Mike, I think this is important when it comes to us, because this is I've told you about this, I think, but this was an epiphany moment for me in our relationship. Okay, I used to be one of those people who was like, but you don't tell me that you love me. You don't tell me how beautiful I am all the time. You don't use all these flowery, poetic words, and it's not all moonlight and roses and romance crap. And I used to get frustrated that love was not being expressed to me in the way I wanted it expressed to me. Well, I didn't even know about love languages at this point. I just had this weird, idealized, bizarre Princess Bride version, even though I love that movie, of what love is, okay, and how it should be expressed. And I was young and stupid. I'm still stupid. I'm just not young anymore. Anyway, one day, Mike was making me breakfast, which he frequently cooks. He cooks a little more than I do, actually. I cook some, he cooks more. And he was making breakfast. I like my eggs over medium. That means the yolk's runny and the white's done. And I like them with no salt, but black pepper in very specific places on the eggs. And a very specific amount of black pepper. I have never discussed this. I had not at this point. And we've been together for what, 5 years? About 5 years at this point?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. I had never discussed this with him ever at this point. And I had the salt and pepper out on the table and was ready to use it. Well, the pepper was ready to use it on my eggs. And he brings me a plate of eggs and bacon and toast. And I look down and I notice there's pepper on my eggs. The exact amount I like in the exact places I like it. This man loves me enough and that he noticed just by quietly watching my everyday behavior, that he noticed, made a mental note of what I liked, and used his love language of acts of service to show me he loved me by making my eggs exactly like I like them. Not just making me eggs, because that in and of itself is an act of service, but caring enough about how I like my eggs to make him for me like that. And for him, that's a bigger I love you than any Shakespearean sonnet ever could be. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Oh my God, this man really loves me. He really loves me. Why do I need moonlight and roses? I have the best eggs ever. And he made them. And I was moved. And I took him one of those things I had to sit and think on for a while. And then it wasn't very long later that I learned about the love languages thing. And I was like, okay, I get it. Mike's love language, the way he expresses love, is through acts of service, also gift giving. I love that too, by the way. And so now I look for those things. When I'm feeling I need a little love, I look for the ways that he's showing me he loves me in his language, his love language. My love languages are more like quality time over quantity. I'm not in the quantity as much as the quality. I dig some physical affection, you know. And I do like words of affirmation. If you haven't noticed, I am rather verbose. I definitely am the talker of the two of us. And he either listens or at least pretends to listen. Do we have any more comments?
Yeah, Tori said, learning how to love others using our love language is such a fun journey.
Yes, it is.
Bethany said yes.
Mm.
To what? I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how we use love languages. Yeah, you express in your own love languages, but don't expect other people to express in your language. Learn to recognize what there is and then to appreciate it for what it is. I'm not saying that we can't try sometimes to use each other's love languages, and I do try sometimes. But I'm like, my acts of service are like, you have a headache, go lay down, here's some pills. I'm the mean nurse. You know, but, and I think he knows, I think you know, when I'm trying to express those feelings. Good. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you know. I'm glad that comes across. But But it's a really cool concept if you use it right, the concept of the love languages. And I'm not saying it's all correct. I'm not saying this is the end all and be all. I'm saying there's elements of truth in different things like this. You can pull from lots of different resources and you use in your relationship what works for both of you.
Pumpkin sent you ice cream cones.
Ice cream! Oh my God. Oh, I want some yummies. We have snacks, guys. We have crackers and cheese. I have Gouda. Gouda is my favorite cheese. We have some peanut butter filled pretzels. We have chocolate chip cookies. I think I want a chocolate chip cookie. And we have some everything seasoned cashews. And we have some reverse osmosis water.
Very condensated.
It is very condensated. My ice melted quickly, but it's still delicious.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the chocolate chip cookies. Cheers, chocolate chip cookie cheers, guys. So, I am curious as to what your love language is. If you were to sit down and think about the way you best express your affection, not just in your significant other relationship, but these affect all of your relationships. How do you express your love for other people? Are you a words of affirmation person? Do you like to tell people how much you love them? Are you a quality time person? Are you a gift giver? Are you an acts of service person? Are you a physically affectionate person? And you're going to be a little bit of many different things, but what do you think is the most prominent in your life? What?
Pumpkin says, when I lived in Vegas, I used to live across from the Toll House Bakery.
Oh my God.
Oh, the smell.
Oh, that's just not fair.
When I was little, my grandfather lived near a Nabisco factory, so that was delicious smelling also.
Okay, does the Nabisco, do they do the fudge stripes? Or is that Keebler?
Oreo.
No, that's Keebler, Toll House.
Nabisco's Oreo.
I don't know who does what.
Yeah.
I know Toll House is chocolate chip. Nestle Toll House.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keebler is
The fudge stripes.
the fudge stripes. I love fudge stripes.
Tori says, blueberry lavender lemonade quirk for me to drink. I
Ooh.
believe my love language is gift giving. We have a new commenter, Blind Illustrations.
Oh, I love you. I love her. I love her so
It
much.
says, gift giver and services are my top two.
Mm.
And Pumpkin says, I remember Nabisco wafers.
Oh, like the wafer cookie?
I guess so.
Or
I
is
know-
the Nilla wafers? Nilla wafers?
No, those are still around.
They are still around. Yeah, those are good in banana pudding.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, I gotta say it right. Nana pudding. Nana
And for
pudding.
some reason at our grocery store, they're with the crackers instead of the cookies.
But they're cookies.
I know.
There's no way a Nilla wafer is a cracker.
I don't know why.
I'm weighing in on this. It's a cookie. And it's good in Nana pudding. Nikki loves Nana pudding. Anybody else, mom or grandma or aunt or somebody, make banana pudding? We had it at Easter. What was it, last year? Mom made it?
Mhm.
Oh, man, that's good
Bethany
stuff.
says yes. Pumpkin says gift giver is my top. I love gifting to anyone without expectations of reciprocation.
Oh, that's beautiful. You know what? And guys, all your love languages are beautiful and valid and amazing. And also make sure when you are in a relationship that when you are expressing, if the other person is kind of do, you know, because people get that way. We get in our own heads too much. Just say, hey, I just want you to know, this is for you. I'm just thinking of you, and here you go. Because sometimes you got to give them a little extra nudge just so they know you're there. I do have to do that sometimes. Because you get lost in like video games or in Magic the Gathering or Pokemon. We get some Pokemon Go going on. Oh, yeah, and that's another cool relationship thing. Date night is essential. Date night is a must. It doesn't have to be every week. It can be once a month if you only have time and you don't have to spend money. Date night is essential in a significant other relationship. You gotta do stuff together sometimes. You just gotta. And you gotta get away. Something I find that's really important in date night is you don't talk about work or the type of things that are going on in your everyday life that are stressing you out. You take that time to just talk about each other or talk about stupid stuff, or talk about music, talk about movies, talk about things that are not a stressor in your lives. Share something that has nothing to do with that. So, and you don't have to spend money. You can take a picnic to the park. You can go for a walk, in the evening at twilight. You can take the dogs for a walk if you got dogs, or cats, heck, or the iguana, whatever. Take somebody for a walk. You can even do, but this is also important. It's not to be double date night. It is specifically date night just for the two of you. Or if you're in a polyamorous relationship, however that works.
Pumpkin says, call me weird, but I consider a friendship a relationship.
It
have
is.
to have a language for that too.
It is. Yeah. And love languages, they're not just something that's meant to be explored in significant other relationships. We can see love languages in small children, how they express their affection to each other, to their parents, grandparents, friends, neighbors, whoever. But you can see in even toddlers what their love languages are. Like Raina, for example, our grandbaby. Raina has her own love languages. Mm-hmm. Like, she is definitely an acts of service little girl. Yeah. She loves it when she helps you with things. She does, and she'll come and give you something or do something. She pretends to make meals for you. And that's a love language. That's an acts of service love language. And her expressing to us her affection for us in that love language. She's so precious. I'm going to cry.
Bethany just got a solo Fortnite win. Not important, but exciting.
Go, Bethany!
Pumpkin replied to her, so exciting. I love when that happens.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, Blind Illustrations. My partner loves Magic the Gathering.
Woo!
My partner and I had a girlfriend last summer. 2021 was a wild year.
That would be a way. Well, this whole past couple of years have been wild. Been wild everywhere. The chaos is just woo.
And Pumpkin says, when I was little, I would take toys from my toy box and give it to my mom.
Oh, that's precious. That is so precious. See, and my girls,
Emily
was definitely a kid who would be more like, here, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this. And Jessica was talking about the affection, but also doing acts of service. It's amazing to see that in small children, to see those love languages. And you know what's important? It's important to encourage them. Don't try to get them to express to you. I mean, you can say, oh, I love you, but don't make them say it back to you. They'll show you their affection in the way that suits them best.
Yeah, he says makes our family look sane.
Huh.
That's hard to do.
I have never been accused of being sane. If I am ever accused of being sane, I will consider it a great insult.
Or normal.
Oh, yeah, that's a word. Okay, my children were allowed to cuss in certain circumstances in the home. I didn't allow cussing out of anger. I allowed cussing in the context of joking, and I allowed cussing like if you hit your finger with a hammer or something. Stuff like that. But I did not allow the word normal. That was a forbidden word in this house. Completely forbidden. And I still discourage it to this day. Because I am not normal, and I am glad. Normal is boring. And if someone were to call me normal, I think I might have to pull a Will Smith on them. I talk about that a lot.
Bethany says, same with me, and the R word.
Mm.
Your brother says that word a lot.
Yes. Bless his heart.
Pumpkin says, I just want someone to make me fudge. That's the best love language for me.
Woo! Oh my God. My grandmother made the best fudge, and now my oldest daughter, Jessica, has her recipe. Oh, I'm going to have her make you some fudge. I'm going to have her make you some fudge. I got to do that because it's my mama's recipe and it's out of this world. You want it with nuts or without nuts? With nuts or without nuts? I like it both ways.
And he says, "Oh my God, it's so good."
It is amazingly good. That's some good peanut brittle too.
Yeah.
There was lots of good Christmas candy. My blood sugar numbers are
Tori says,
suffering.
"Always add nuts."
Oh, definitely. I do love nuts, and I am kind of nuts, so it works. So, those are some of the things that do help a significant other relationship. Yeah, date night's a must. Working on love languages. Don't be a dick. Don't sabotage yourself, the relationship, by sabotaging yourself. Spend time apart. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, and this is not for everybody. So please don't think I'm recommending this. What?
Bethany says, "Right, don't be Justin."
Aww. Okay, in some ways, yeah.
He's a little rough around the edges.
He's a work in progress.
But he's a
Aren't
good
we
guy.
all? Justin has a good heart, though. He really does. So, what was I saying? There was this thing I was saying. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Things to do?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Shoot.
I don't know what you were going to say. So.
Shoot, guys, help! My brain stopped.
You were going through
It's
the
your-
rules.
Oh, the rules? Okay, there was, don't be a dick. Don't sabotage the relationship by sabotaging yourself. Learn how the other person speaks in their love language. Learn to recognize it and also use your own. Date night is a must. What was the other thing?
Bethany would like to know if it was ever working.
What was ever
Something regarding time apart, I think. So
Yes!
that's my illustrations.
You are so good. You are so good. It's really, yeah, I did say something about it's important to spend time apart and have some different interests. Don't be together all the time. You'll want to kill each other if you're together all the time. No matter who you are, no one can be with another person
That applies to
24/7.
anybody.
Yeah, everybody, not just in significant other relationships. All relationships, you need time apart. But now this is what we have done, and this has been several years ago we started doing this, and it has been one of the best things for our relationships. But I would not suggest this to everybody. So please don't think I'm saying I'm going to suggest this to everybody. We sleep in separate bedrooms. We have slept in separate bedrooms for, what, 6 years now. 6 years. Or a little longer, actually, because it was when Emily went away to college, so almost 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the deal. Okay, I am the world's lightest sleeper. You can breathe out of rhythm. And I'm like, what? It's a conditioned trauma response from childhood, and it ain't going anywhere anytime soon. This man, A, sleeps like a log. B, snores like 1,000 polar bears with sleep apnea laying on their backs. But he has a CPAP machine, which has quelled the snoring, and the machine's not very loud, but it's loud enough that I can't deal with earplugs, nothing. I can't sleep. And let me tell you what's sacred, and this is for all human beings, sleep. You have to have sleep, or you can't function mentally or physically, period. At all. Now that doesn't mean that we are not intimate. That just means when we're sleeping, we have separate rooms. And I have my own space. I love my own space. I love being able to not have to hear the fact that when you open your mouth when you sleep, you sound like somebody that thing at the dentist office that sucks your face off. That and I'm like, oh my God. I can't believe that you're still alive. Because my sleep, everybody needs their sleep. But that is the one thing, you don't mess with me when I'm sleeping. Not even coming close. You don't come to my room. You don't whisper at me. You just He still scares me to death trying to wake me up. All he has to do is walk in the room. I'm like, what? Who died? What's going on? Is there a burglar? Where's my sword?
Let's see. Bethany says, I need cuddles. Physical touch is my love language.
Mm.
And then sleep, who's she?
Mm.
One illustration says, I take naps throughout the day to have my uninterrupted sleep time.
Amen to that.
And then Pumpkin says, so sorry my phone died.
Oh, welcome back, Pumpkin.
That happens.
It happens. It happens to the best of phones. It happened. It was the best of phones. It was the worst of phones. But yeah, we were talking about that. Mike and I actually have separate bedrooms, but in all honesty, it's been the best thing we've done for our relationship. We first of all, we're a lot nicer to each other because I can get the rest that I need, and he's not waking me up every 5 seconds with these weird noises he makes, and I'm not smacking the daylights out and going, shut up! Just shut up! Secondly, when we were sleeping in the same bed, I have a tendency to kind of in the morning just kind of flail about a little bit when I'm stretching and stuff. I'll be like, good morning, pow! I have punched him in the nose on his birthday, at New Year's. It was at least 3 different times, though.
Yeah.
Not intentionally. Just waking up. Pow! I don't see him there, first of all. So I'm surprised I never broke your nose. So you're not being physically abused in the bedroom. Yeah, I tried to roll over and give him a hug on his birthday one morning and punched him right in the nose. That's quite a way to start off your birthday.
And then he says, her phone is on the charger as we speak, and Pumpkin says, as for the fudge, nuts or no nuts?
Nuts or no nuts, okay. Well, what I'm probably going to have Jessica do is I will buy her the stuff to make a big old batch of nuts. A big old batch of nuts? A big old batch of fudge. Oh, I snorted. A big old batch of fudge. And then we'll get a few different people, who've been coming to lives and stuff, and, we'll send everybody a little bit of fudge.
Okay.
Maybe some kind of special treat. Here's what we'll do. I will do that when we get to a certain number of followers. I'm going to make it, and that's a high number. I'm going to make it 10,000 because that's when I get to do all kinds of cool stuff. What are you giggling at now?
Bethany says she don't need nuts. She's got Hefe. Well, maybe it is Hefe.
That's my future son-in-law. Yeah. Cool, but yeah, I'll have a certain, I'll have like a certain number of people who I know that, want some fudge that, and we can do that. Let's kind of maybe do a little drawing or something.
Yeah.
Pumpkin gets some automatically because I already promised pumpkin fudge. But we'll do like 5 little batches of fudge, and we can draw for the other 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can send them. If we get to 10,000 followers, because I get to do so much more cool stuff with the account and with the TikToks and all that, if we get to 10,000. And we're well over 1,500, and we go in spurts. Like, you'll get like 20 a day for a while, and all of a sudden, boom, you get 300 more followers,
Bethany says, I'm family, I just show up and get fudge.
Yes, that is true. You're family, so therefore you don't count. No.
Tori says, don't send them to me, my hubby will steal it all.
Oh, you'll just have to come get some then, Tori, because you ain't that far away.
I have some stuff that you could put out as decoys, and then he won't steal anything from you anymore.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
I have some very, very hot chocolate bars.
Oh, yeah, with like, what is it, with like the Carolina Reaper peppers in the chocolate.
Yeah.
I will not go near those things with a 10-foot pole. So,
The
yeah.
guy that we've spent some Ferris with, he's a big chili head, and he found these bars too hot for him. So he gave them to me. And they're okay. I didn't find them too hot.
Do you ever find anything too hot? think you.
Not frequently, no.
I think that your taste buds are defective because I think maybe you burnt your tongue so badly as a child that you can't taste the heat from things like that.
Tori says I'll steal it all first.
Oh.
Tori says absolutely devious. We have Shelly Marie 1992 who's here.
Hi Shelly, good to have you. Glad you're here. Oh, good to have some. We're having a good time tonight. We're just chilling, having good conversations, talking a little bit about relationships, what doesn't work for people, or talking about. We've talked about what.
Bethany has accepted the challenge apparently.
Oh.
She says I'm just Mexican. The spice is nothing. Okay, the next time you're over, you're gonna get a sample.
Spice is nothing to Jessica, and she's not Mexican.
You get a sample of that.
Yeah, definitely give her a sample. Totally. I got a question. Okay, what is your question?
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Have I tried the new Flaming Hot Mountain Dew? No, I haven't even seen it in any stores yet. So.
I'm terrified of that.
If I see it, I probably will pick it up to try.
That just sounds scary. Partially because Mountain Dew sounds scary to begin with.
Bethany says, good thing I'm busy, and then gross. Don't talk about your face like that.
Oh! Okay, that's another part about being in this family, guys. You have to be able to both deliver and take a good your face joke.
Tori says, if my store gets it, I'll bring me also.
Thank you. Tori, you've got to come down and see us. I miss you. I haven't seen you in years. Get your ass down here.
And Bethany says, hey, that's Justin. Get it right. We're picking on him, and he's not even here.
Poor Justin doesn't even here to defend himself. Okay, so what do you think? This is my question for you.
Okay.
What do you think is the best part of us right now? You have the same answer I do.
What, nothing?
Raina.
Oh, Raina, yeah.
No, I mean just about how we work, as a relationship, as a couple. I stumped him. This is bad.
I think we've worked through everything we could, and we're, both know how we fit together.
I like that answer. I think that's a good one. I think I probably feel that. I think that covers that.
Yeah.
I think that is we've been through so much. We've been through so much loss and heartache and fear for each other, nursing each other through life-threatening health conditions. We've almost lost our home once. We've raised 2 kids, but but we know we got each other's backs.
Yeah.
And I know. I hope you know that. Yeah, I know I'm the mean nurse, but I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Because I know that frequently you end up being the Rock of Gibraltar, but sometimes you can't be.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to think, and I think I've noticed that usually when one of us is down, the other one is up to help lift the other one up.
Yeah.
I think. That's just my perspective. And I do think that's important. I think in any type of relationship, not just the significant other thing, but in any type of relationship, is that there's kind of got to be a balance of no one person can do all the work. That's how it ends up being codependent, Yeah. It takes 2 or more. It takes it takes a village. It takes however many people are in whatever relationship that is.
Justin just sent you 33 roses.
Justin, oh, thank you. Oh, I didn't even know Justin was here.
And I sent an invite to him since
I love you, Justin.
he was being spoken about.
Bethany's been dissing ya. Okay, we kind of all been dissing ya a little bit, but
Bethany's
nicely.
roses.
What?
Bethany is now sending you roses.
I love you guys. Those are Justin is also my cousin, and he is Bethany's brother.
She sent you 40.
Now we're gonna try
Are
to
we
one
gonna
up
have a
each other.
sibling war?
This is the good form of sibling rivalry. So I want to tell you the cool thing we're going to do tomorrow, guys. Mike and I and my sister Becky and my 21-month-old granddaughter Raina and then Becky's baby, my niece who is 10 months old, we're all going to a local botanical garden tomorrow to a really cool exhibit called the Painted Gardens. I'm going to have to slather myself in large quantities of sunscreen and wear a sun hat and probably cover myself in a parka to not get sunburned. But it's going to be a blast. We're going to have, he loves to do like nature photography, and we haven't got to do any of this stuff in years. It's going to be so nice to go somewhere. What's up?
Justin has just sent 133 roses.
Oh, you guys. I love you
and
guys.
now Bethany is starting with roses.
Here we go.
Pumpkin says, I would love to go. Oh my God, sounds amazing.
No, it really is going to be. And it's going to be a nice day. It's supposed to storm a little later tonight here, but tomorrow is supposed to be like partly cloudy and like 72 degrees. Oh, I can't wait. That's my kind of weather. A little bit of clouds so it's not too bright. And I'm going to take I was going to announce the winner of the cane naming contest tonight.
Justin says he's out of coins, damn it.
Oh.
Bethany sent 150.
I love you guys so much.
Tori says, my hubby and I have been talking about going for weeks.
You should.
That's a good time.
It's the perfect time to go right now. The trees are all in bloom. I mean, the dogwoods are blooming. The redbuds are blooming. You've got tulips galore all over the place. This is a great time to go botanical gardening. I don't know how to put that.
Blind Illustration says, I was just about to ask about your cane.
Oh yes, my cane, my gorgeous cane. The final, I don't have the exact numbers, but the final tally was really close between Betty White cane, that was his suggestion, and Esmeralda. But Betty White cane edged out Esmeralda. So her name is now Betty White cane in honor of the great Betty White. And that has multiple meanings. Obviously, the white cane. Also, I have albinism, so I'm about as white as cream cheese.
Justin just sent a disco ball.
Oh, disco ball!
And
All
he's
right.
now sending more roses. And Bethany is upset about this.
About the disco ball. Oh, God, I love you guys so much. Okay, so here's another important aspect of our life. Okay, so you guys hear me talk about my grandbaby all the time, right? We babysit her frequently, and she spends the night once a week, so we're very close with her. But I was married before Mike. I have a husband before Mike. His name is Michael. Yes, Mike and Mike. My dad's name was Mike. Dated 2 Mikes in high school. But I don't know. I have a type, maybe? I don't know. Just a name.
Still going.
Oh my God,
It's at 225 and it's still going.
This is crazy. Justin, bless your heart.
Pumpkin says, I don't know if I mentioned it, but my maiden name is Williams.
Yay, Williamses. Who knows? Maybe we're related. You never know. But there are a lot of Williamses in the world.
We're over 300.
Over 300 Williamses?
No,
yeah, I would say so.
Roses.
Oh, okay.
Bethany sent a crown.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God. Okay, you guys are like the best cousins ever. And I know you're doing a sibling rivalry thing, but here's the deal.
Blind Illustrations. My mom had a friend who only dated guys named Kevin for 7 years. You just got this heart thing that disappeared already.
Oh, thank you.
And hearts.
Oh. You guys are cracking me up, and you're also
Justin
touching
says,
my
Damn
heart.
it, ran out again.
No.
And now Bethany's roses are counting.
Oh no. Actually, oh yay. Oh, that's hilarious. So, Mike was not in a relationship before me. I think I'm like the only relationship real relationship you've had, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm good with that. But I was married, and my 2 girls are from my previous marriage. And my ex-husband, his wife didn't have any children, so my two girls got the benefits of having 4 amazing parents, and we all get along really well. Now, Michael, my ex-husband, Michael, and I, we're not a good married couple, and part of that has to do with experiencing the loss of our first child, and it completely changed who we were as people. But we are great friends, and my girls got the benefit of having 4 parents who co-parent well, who adore them. All 4 of us do, and Mike, their stepdad, and Kim, their stepmom. That we're all equally parents to those 2 amazing girls, and now Raina gets the benefit of having all of these grandparents. So many grandparents. Not to mention her grandparents on her daddy's side. She's got grandparents coming out of her ears. But that is also important, is when a relationship ends, they end for good reasons. If you can, just try to be cordial to your exes. I mean, yeah, I get some people just freaking out there, and you can't. Some people are that messed up. But you never know if someday down the road you might need help changing a tire. You might need just somebody to listen who knows you well enough, better than most people. And I think it's just it makes you as a person. It's like, how do I put this? When you get out of a relationship, don't take a grudge with you, because that only weighs you down. Yeah.
She's still going.
Oh my God, Bethany.
Up at the top there is counting.
Holy cow. I see these numbers right here. Oh my gosh, Bethany. Bless your heart.
And Justin says, just remember I have more money than you.
So, Mike, here's my question. This is my last thing on the list. The future. I don't usually think too far ahead in the future, because I find if I do that, I don't get to be happy just experiencing the moment. But I do sometimes like to think about, what do you think it's going to be like? Do you have any thoughts or dreams or ideas?
Just watch Raina grow up.
You think there'll be more than Raina?
Eventually.
Cool. Well, I welcome them all. Part of me is like, okay, but Raina is just, she's enough already. She's just, but then I remember when we're running out of battery power. So let me plug this in.
You see the top of your head.
And did you see the top of my head, guys? Yeah. It's really interesting, right? I'm not quite sure how to do, because I've got this thing on the bottom now.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Just bring it over and hold it.
Okay, I'll just hang on to it. Oh. But yeah, I don't like to think too deeply into the future. I do have these little visions of sitting on the porch covered in grandbabies. We've got one already. And those are just my idealized versions of the future. I just hope we have a long one. I don't want to go anywhere anytime soon. I don't want you going anywhere anytime soon either. Mm-hmm. You're stuck with me. Bless your heart. What's up?
Justin's going crazy again.
Wow, you guys.
You can see it now on your screen.
Well, I still can't, honey, because then I have to get too close.
He's over 200 again.
Oh, I apologize for the craziness of my cousin sibling rivalry, but it's all in love and humor, good humor. So, guys, I hope that no matter whatever type of relationship is in your life, whether you have a significant other, significant others, whether you have just excellent friends, whether you have just are really close with your family, like I am, just remember to appreciate them and also appreciate the fact that they appreciate you. What's up?
Pumpkin says, my great-grandma sat on the porch covered. She had 50 grandbabies.
Wow!
Split between 18 kids.
Oh, I don't think I had 3 cesareans and my uterus is falling out. Holy cow. I don't know how. Oh, wow, that is amazing.
Bethany wants to ask Pumpkin a serious question. Blind Illustration says, seeing how happy you are and the wholesome person you become gives me so much hope.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Justin is still going.
Justin he's not going to give up. He's a Capricorn, Bethany. Let it go.
Pumpkin says, all natural births, no meds.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my great-grandmother had a 14-pound baby. All natural, no meds. I'm going to have a hysterectomy because my uterus is starting to fall down. Yes, just thought you guys might want to know that. Hey, there's TMI. I'm oversharing. I do that sometimes on here. Have you noticed that? I'm an oversharer on TikTok.
Yeah.
Not so
just
much.
on TikTok?
Yeah, well, it depends. I overshare with family. I don't really do that with people outside of family much.
Yeah. He's over 800.
Oh my gosh, Justin. Let it go. Let it go.
So Bethany, were you going to ask that
Were you going to ask a question, Bethany? Over there.
Blind Illustration says, my partner was 14 pounds all natural.
Wow.
She got stuck at the shoulders. We got her mom a porcupine card.
Oh. That's classic. That is classic. That's another thing about our family. We don't do sentimental cards.
Yeah.
We get if somebody gives a sentimental card like for Mother's Day or for birthdays and things like that, we're just like, what is wrong with you? Where is the humor? We give rude, funny, insulting cards.
Justin says, I win. Bethany says, I have responsibilities.
What was the serious question you wanted to ask of
She's
Pumpkin,
not gonna
Bethany? Oh, she's not going. Okay.
Blind Illustration says, we gave condolence cards for birthdays and birthday cards for holidays.
Remember when Becky did the... Okay,
Yeah.
1 year at Mother's Day, Becky got all the moms in the family cards that had nothing to do with Mother's Day. Like, she gave us, what was it, a sympathy card? She gave somebody, my mom, a get well card.
Pumpkin says, you have the most beautiful singing voice.
Oh, thank you.
Reminds me of Crystal Gale. Not sure who that is.
I definitely know who Crystal Gale is. I remember, don't it make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes blue. I remember her with hair down to her feet. She is Loretta Lynn's baby sister. Baby sister.
You just had some kind of glasses on for a second.
Oh, cool.
On the screen. I don't know how that happened.
I think that was another gift.
Justin sent music notes.
Oh, thank you, Justin. Aw.
Blind Illustration says, when my partner's grandma passed, we got her dad a Peanuts card in Spanish. It took the whole family to go. Tori says, I got to hop into a video game battle with the hubby. It was nice to see you all.
It's good to see you too, Tori. Love you.
Go beat him.
Yeah, go beat him. Beat him bad.
Especially since he steals your fudge.
That's not something we've been able to do together for a long time. We need to sit down and play some Lego video games together again or something. Okay. We used to play video games together a lot. I have a hard time playing modern video games because they look very realistic and I have like no depth perception and so when things look realistic on the television screen, I can't see them. I did better with things that were more two-dimensional. Because everything was right there, right on one level, right in front of me. We used to play a lot of video games together a long time ago.
Blind Illustration wants to know if your e-sight glasses would help.
No, unfortunately, they don't help with that because when you zoom in with eSight glasses, you only get a very small portion of what you're seeing. So like, for example, if I were to take them to the movies, I could zoom in from the back of the movie theater, but I'd be seeing a nostril or, or one eyeball or, or things like that. Unfortunately, and I already don't have peripheral vision as it is.
Said fireworks.
Thank you. Oh yeah, fireworks. Oh, I'm already ready for Independence Day. Where we live, there are very few limits on the fireworks that you can shoot off, and it's much fun. Much fun. And I like fireworks because I can see them. I can see lights.
And a money gun.
Ooh. Are you good? Wait, does that mean somebody's going to shoot me with money?
That's what happened.
Oh my. That's an interesting experience.
And then he says, you can't have anywhere my mama lives. And Justin tried to write pyro, but it misspelled it. Flight illustration says, I live in a military town. We get the base personnel. Fireworks shows kind of ironic.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is. But it still sounds pretty cool. But yeah, we do. We live in an area where we can shoot off anything except for bottle rockets, Roman candles, and then the lady fingers, the little bitty with the short fuses. Mm-hmm. You can do black cats, but you can't do lady fingers. That's about it. I mean, we can shoot off almost any kind of fireworks here. And our entire town on the 4th of July, the whole town of Belton is a fireworks show. And yeah, I just told y'all where I live, but who cares? Is a fireworks show. Y'all gonna find me anyway, so. I glow, But it is. It's like a fireworks show. And lights, since I'm so photosensitive and so photophobic, lights are something I see well, and I really enjoy the pretty fireworks in during the dark of night, because that's something that I can enjoy visually, and there's not a lot that I can. I also like Christmas lights, like on houses at Christmas time. I always like that. And my mom said, when I was a year old, Christmas that year, she took me around to see different light displays, and I would say, see the lights? See the lights? See the lights? And I was just obsessed with them, and I still am. Christmas lights. Halloween is my personal favorite holiday, but Christmas lights and fireworks at the 4th of July, Independence Day, or any other time there's fireworks. Just love them. Love them. But I miss the type of video games I could see. Well, I miss... And I have an old school Nintendo Entertainment System. Like, my freaking favorite game... one of my favorite games of all time was Super Mario Brothers 3. Mm-hmm. And I find that type of game very easy to see, even on a very small scale. I'm extremely nearsighted along with my other vision problems. So if I can get something really, really close, hello, look at my eyeball, I can see it fairly clearly. So I actually play video games even better on my phone if they are not too detailed visually. I used to be really big into Final Fantasy games. And then they got so realistic that you started targeting and aiming things that were far away, but they looked far away. And I couldn't see them to target them. And the more realistic games have gotten, the less I can see. What's up?
Oh, Justin is saying Thanksgiving is number one and then 4th of July. And I said Halloween is forever number one.
Forever number one. Not to mention Thanksgiving is all about genocide, and yeah, I can't get behind that concept. But I do like the food. It's not that I don't like I prefer to take Thanksgiving and turn it into something more in God. I wish that history was different. I can't change it. But I can be grateful for what I have now, and I can express that, which is why I think we try to emphasize in our family about going around and saying the things that you're grateful for, because we don't always express our gratitude enough in this lifetime.
Pumpkin says your eyes are like lily pads on a clear pond. I wish mine were that pretty.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, sometimes, and since I have albinism, sometimes my eyes are pink. Sometimes they look, that's just how they appear because of the way the light hits them. Sometimes they appear blue. They take on many different hues because I have no pigment, no melanin in the eye, not just the iris, but in the retina of my eye. So they're not opaque like other people's eyes. So you get different shades of blue and pink and red, sometimes purple. It depends on the picture. It depends on the lighting. It even depends on what I'm wearing at times. But thank you so much. So does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, scathing indictments, anything like that? My phone's getting hot. Excuse me. I think I'm allergic to air. Any comments?
Justin and Bethany are arguing about Thanksgiving.
Justin and Bethany are always arguing about something.
Blind Illustration says, I'm so happy I found you live.
Thank you. I'm happy that you did too. I'm really glad you're here. I'm really glad you're here. I'm glad all of you are here. Even the people who just kind of showed up briefly, And there are many of them, and that's fine. In lives, they come and go in the night like whispers on the wind. Okay, that was me attempting to be poetic and sucking at it. I used to write poetry. I probably still could, but I have to be inspired. I have some decent ones out there. I'll read them sometime. We'll do a live of some poetry. See if we can ever get Will on TikTok. Bring him in on a poetry reading would be fun. I think when we get to 2,000 followers, we are going to do, and we did this for our first live, we're going to do another game night. We'll probably play Shit Happens again, which is a game that you guys can play with us, where we rate how horrible something is that can happen to a person, or has happened to people actually, on a scale of 1 to 100.
Justin says, the dumbest holiday of all time is Valentine's Day, and you can't change my mind.
Not going to try. But I think, I don't know. I think there's a lot of dumb, I think Columbus Day is up there. That's a horrible holiday. I go with Groundhog Day. That's really stupid.
A good movie.
It is a good movie. You're right. Groundhog Day's that's a great movie. What's another crappy holiday?
Arbor Day.
It's about trees.
Yeah, but they're here all the time.
Okay, good point. Okay, yeah, but you plant tree thing. Hey, look, tree. Moms are here all the time too.
Yeah.
And dads, and Okay, President's Day, stupid day. Really stupid holiday. Just ridiculous. Because who cares? George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, both of whom we have idolized and were actually really shitty human beings.
Daylight savings will be ending next year.
Yes, daylight savings is ending next year. Yay! Who's bringing up daylight savings?
Bethany said that.
Yes.
Justin says April Fools.
Hey, step off April Fool's Day because that's my half birthday.
Flag Day?
Okay, yeah, Flag Day, really dumb. Really dumb.
Pumpkin says, I like Valentine's Day. I go to the cemetery to spend it with my mom and read her a book.
I actually like Valentine's Day too because in my family, in my nuclear family at least, it is a holiday that we use to celebrate all of our different kinds of love. Not just significant other love, but I get the grandbaby a Valentine, I get the girls a Valentine, get my mom a Valentine, you and just try to stop and remember, God, I got a lot of people to be thankful for in my life and that I love dearly, and I got to remember to express that in some way. So I do like Valentine's Day. Plus, after Valentine's Day, the candy goes on sale, and that's really nice because chocolate. It's almost always chocolate. Oh, yeah. Anytime anything's on sale, though, that's good. That's the good side effect of holidays.
Bethany said, I took my boyfriend stargazing for Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
Blind Illustrations asks, do you enjoy fantasy books?
Yes, I do. Very much. I'm Harry Potter fanatic. I also love me some Lord of the Rings. I tried to get into Game of Thrones and just never got real far with it. I love the Discovery of Witches trilogy, and technically there's actually a fourth book by Deborah Harkness. Oh God, I love I loved the Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles, her vampire books. Oh God, so much different types of fantasy.
All illustration has Brendan Sanderson or Brent Weeks.
I don't think I've read either.
Justin says, I'm going to cause problems, but Christmas is not a good holiday.
It's not the best.
Pumpkin says, we're going to fight now. I can't live without my Christmas lights. And tree and cocoa.
I celebrate Christmas. I do like Christmas, but we're pagan, so we also celebrate Yule in our family, and I actually like it better than Christmas. And that is basically where Christmas comes from, Yule and Saturnalia. But I love the celebration of the turning of the wheel, the different Sabbats that we celebrate in pagan religions. And Yule is probably a favorite of mine because it's one of the things that gets me through my seasonal affect disorder. And I don't do this as much anymore, but when I was younger, we lit candles all night for Yule, stayed up all night long and watched the sun come up, welcome back the sun, after the longest night of the year. And that's where the Yule log comes from too, obviously. We do a Yule ritual in the family. We did my grandbaby's pagan name and blessing ceremony not this past Yule, but the year before that. And we give gifts just like at Christmas. And our tree doubles as a Yule tree and a Christmas tree. But yeah, I enjoy those holidays because they help get me through the dark times. January is way worse, though, because there's just nothing after New Year's. Until Valentine's Day, there's just nothing to look forward to. And that's like a month and a half of 6 weeks of seasonal depression.
Line Illustration says, both are amazing authors. I can share recommendations if you want. James
I would love
Ellington
that.
Is also amazing.
I would love that. Yes, please.
More
Yes.
arguing about Christmas.
More arguing about Christmas.
Justin says, wait, we can't be violent. I'm out.
We can't be what?
Violent.
You could be a violin.
And Pumpkin says, I'm never violent unless the VCR eats my tape. Then I beat it with a hammer.
Oh, I lost so many tapes. And it wasn't as easy to fix them as it was like cassettes where you could just take the pencil and wind the tape back in, Remember doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I miss my VCR. I miss the day that, please, Be Kind Rewind kind of days and Blockbuster, and I'm getting nostalgic now. Thanks.
Oh. The single Blockbuster that remains.
That's in Canada, isn't it?
No, it's in Washington State.
Washington State still has a Blockbuster?
Yep.
Whoa. Tell me that was a franchise when it's just like a, because the corporation obviously ain't around no more.
Justin says he's going to punt kick Bethany.
Okay.
Pumpkin says we still have a VCR and over 4,000 VHS tapes.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I have a bunch of VCR tapes of things like high school plays I was in, and talent shows, and college productions, and home videos of when my kids were really little, that I need to get transferred into digital somehow. In some kind of way, because that would be really cool. I'd love to have all of that stuff easily accessible. Like the videos of Roy jumping on the trampoline and looking like an idiot.
It says, heck, who remembers Laserdisc?
I never had a Laserdisc player, but I knew a few people who did.
They were like vinyl record-sized discs.
Yeah, they were like they were kind of this weird transitional thing between VCR and DVD.
Yeah.
And so I do know some people who collected them
Mm-hmm.
and still have them. My mom has boxes full of vinyls. By the way, she has her original copy of the Beatles' White Album from like 1967, I think it was,
Nice.
on vinyl. That's got to be worth some money if it's not all scratched up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. That's a classic and a half. Oh.
Bethany loves vinyls.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I had a vinyl record player for, oh God, I even had one all the way up into the late 90s. And then it finally bit the dust. Got too difficult to get needles for.
And she wants to have a talk with Nana.
She's got some good, and she's got some of Roy's old stuff, like some old Pink Floyd albums. Oh, I think she's got like Dark Side of the Moon and a lot of good stuff.
Justin just listens to music on his phone.
That's pretty much what I do too, because it's just easier. You have to actually work at vinyl collections, and I don't have motivation. Just
Bethany
like,
says, heck yes, and Blood Illustration asks what my tattoo is.
oh, yeah, Michelle?
Yeah.
Here, let's lift that up. Okay, let's see. Tell me if I've got it.
Yep, this up here was the first one I got. It's just a sun with the yin yang in the middle. But this one down here I got after my brother passed away. His favorite animal was an eagle, so I got the two eagles and then his initials at the bottom.
I love that. And then you have
I have a dragon on my left arm.
and then on the back of your calf, you have a tattoo as well. And is that the right one? I think it was
That's the right one.
the right one, yeah. And that is, isn't that a pentacle?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Pumpkin says it's coming back. Walmart has the player and the records again. Yeah,
Okay.
Vinyl is making a comeback.
Okay, yes, I got it. All right, I got to get one then. I've at least got to get one for Mom. Because she has that amazing collection, and she would listen to him. She would totally listen to him. She has an old. Do you guys know the it was a British guy or band or whatever called Mungo Jerry, and the song was "In the summertime when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky." Late 60s, early 70s kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. She's got that album, and that is one of the coolest albums. They were kind of a one-hit wonder thing, but that is one of the coolest albums. I used to listen to that all the time when I was a kid. I loved that album. But, oh man, they've got some good stuff over there, Bethany. You'll have to, see if you can, if she'll let you borrow any. I don't know. She's very attached to them.
And you got her blue one from Walmart.
Cool.
She says she remembers the song. It was in Wedding Crashers.
Yes. Great song. Great. I love that song.
Very funny movie.
That is a funny freaking movie. Yes, it is. Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson. Yep. Hilarious. Well, guys, I am tired. Yep. What time is it?
It is 20 after 9.
Holy crap. We've been on here for almost 2 hours. That's amazing. That's like the longest live I've ever done. I have really loved talking to you guys tonight. Thank you so much for coming to my live and for hanging out with me and Mike and just chilling. And, we got some pretty interesting conversation, going on there tonight.
Yeah.
All different kinds of topics. So I am now, I've been uploading my lives to my YouTube, and I'm going to provide that link later. So if you guys ever want to go back and watch anything, you can. The comments don't show up in the downloaded videos. It's just the recordings of the lives themselves. But yeah, I'm going to get that link out, put it in my bio here pretty soon.
Your bio says both Bethany and Justin.
That's right. Yes, I will be doing that. All right. Well, thank you all, and have, yes?
Don't forget to go watch Arrival.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to watch Arrival, the movie Arrival. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah.
And if you want another movie recommendation, go find yourself a copy of The Butterfly Effect and watch the director's cut.
Oh, that's effed up.
It is.
That is effed up. That's a messed up freaking movie. Ashton Kutcher is great in that flick. That's a very dramatic role for him and really effed up. Oh, that was a hard movie. I couldn't watch that more than the one time because it was so messed up. And if you want a really good movie that's really funny and an old classic, but you can't find it as streaming, you have to buy a copy, go watch Dogma.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith. That would be the fourth movie in the New Jersey Chronicles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Line illustration says, "Thank you for sharing all your wisdom about relationships."
Thank you very much.
Bethany says, "Dad has a copy." Of which one?
Of which one, Bethany? Oh, but yeah. All right, guys.
Both. Okay.
Cool. All right.
Line illustration says, "Wolf of Wall Street."
Ooh, that is a great flick. Have you seen that?
I have.
Oh, that's a good movie. That's a messed up movie, too. I liked that movie. Oh, my God. Now we're going to have a movie talk night.
Okay.
We're going to have to. Well, maybe we'll do that next week. Who knows? When we get to 2000, again, we're going to have another game night. You guys do not want to miss that. We had a ball at the last game night. And that is 18 and over only because our senses of humor are rather crass and inappropriate. All right. Much love to you guys. Thank you again for joining. And be sure if you know and share, like all the videos, all that kind of stuff. I love you guys. Bye-bye.